What's going on, traders? This is the watch list video for Thursday, October 6th. The SPY gapped down today and really caught a bid again. There's the intraday. Gap down, sold off, and then went out pretty close to the highs for the day. Impressive strength. I could say, hey, I still think we're just seeing some short covering in a bear market, but I don't know, and I don't care. I've never made a nickel off of trying to predict where the SPY will be tomorrow, right? That's why I'm a day trader in cash every night, and then the market opens, and then we assess things on the fly, find setups on the fly, and then trade them back to cash at the closing bell. Then you really don't have to worry that much about the SPY, right? Let's go to tops. TOPS had a big rip today. I'm going to slide this over. I took a screenshot. Look at this. Nicholas at 9:37 and 22 seconds this morning, and me at 9:37 and 24 seconds. 2 seconds apart. Nicholas chose the Cliffs Notes version. He said tops over 6. That's 6 right there where that arrow is. I kind of wrote out a full explanation that tops over 620, which is the high of day, has yesterday's high stacked above. So back over 6 may be enough. In other words, to knock down those other catalysts, yesterday's high, or the 620, and then yesterday's high, right? So we both had the same idea. I know that's what Nicholas saw as well. Gave the 6 break, chopped around for a little bit, but then really took off and made a huge move. And hats off to Nicholas for beating me by 2 seconds. Don't think it doesn't bother me. I wanted to be first. But no, all kidding aside, we do have a lot of stuff that's called in the chat room that is literally called by multiple people. You see it all the time. You know what? Let me go to 5-minute candles here. Me and David COR. And I didn't get a screenshot of this one. But we both posted this as well within a few seconds of each other, looking for the 5's buy zone bid below 7, right? Looking for that whole number flush. David typed it and I typed it again within a few seconds of each other, and it went down to 695. So anyone 696, 697, or 698, anyone slightly under 7, which was pretty close to that 520, by the way, had a great entry even after missing the initial push, right? You still had another entry put forth in chat by a couple people. So anyway, we're going to watch TOPS tomorrow just because it's so darn strong. I'm going to throw GLBS on watch, which is just another shipper. I think it ran sympathy to TOPS, but it's also a fairly low float shipper, I think. Had big volume and a strong close. PEGY. This one, I don't remember if I typed it or not. I was telling people I liked it over 3, and it was my top after hours pick, but I said I can't trade after hours. I had somewhere to be. But I love this through 3 and after hours. And if I add that on for you, there's the 3 break in after hours. And pretty quickly to 355. So some of you hopefully caught a neat little trade there in after hours too. But that's not the reason I'm showing this. Let me get this back on regular hours. The reason I'm showing it is because it had the big run yesterday, big run this morning, and then, when it looked like this, you say, okay, shorts are finally winning, this thing's overdone, and shorts piling in, and then it goes out near the highs. That's why I liked it over 3 and after hours. But point being, this thing is just stupid strong, so we're going to watch it again tomorrow, even though it's had a big 2-day run already. INDO with oil prices apparently going to go up. I think OPEC said they're going to cut the production by 2 million barrels a day maybe or something, and so that's got oil popping a bit, and INDO is one of my favorite oil plays. Did gap up today, closing slightly below its open though, but topped out around 930. If oil continues to run, I'm going to watch INDO tomorrow. KITT, massive volume and went out at its highs. Definitely going to watch that for a follow-through day tomorrow. Rivian, RIVN, looking for that, let's see, yesterday's high 36.38, today's high 36.23. So got to like it over today's high, knowing that yesterday's high is another catalyst just above. Held up really well today. AERC is a little lower than I'd like. It had the big rip yesterday, then today a quiet inside day. So I'm looking for a 3rd-day play, but I wish this was a little closer to yesterday's high, so the next catalyst will be a little closer. But anyway, I'm going to watch it. SNTI had this big rip yesterday, gap down today, and then ended up going out near the highs. Definitely going to watch that one. FREY, you kind of have a possible break of a 2-day high. 1625 yesterday, 1624 today. So anywhere over that 2-day high, this one might get going. LVWR is kind of obscure, but it had a pop 3 sessions ago, then a lower high, then a lower high. But the last 2 days, it's closed above its open, so it's finding buyers. That one's kind of interesting to me for a potential long with a proper setup. I'm on the fence about this one. I almost didn't put this on the list. But ATXI, when you kind of back up and just say, okay, what has it done in the past couple weeks? Well, it ran from about 3 to almost 17, right? Then you had the nasty gap down today, but we are down here in that buy zone we look for between the 8 and the 20 period moving average, right? So I am going to put it on bounce watch. Much lower volume today too. The reason I was on the fence about it is because now it gapped down and it closed near its lows. So you've got all the people from really most of this day and then the next 2 days are underwater, all the longs I should say. Having said that, the reason I'm putting it on bounce watch is it did make a huge move and it had some big squeezes in there. And now we're back down on lower volume to the buy zone. So with all that said, I'm putting it on bounce watch. And then lastly, HROW, which had a really big run here. Now a couple days lower on a little bit smaller volume. I'd like to see one more red day and get into this buy zone, but I'm going to start watching it for a bounce tomorrow. That's it for me, guys. I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat in the morning.